To week 29 of the BEBC Podcast. That's much more energetic than last week, fellas.
Well, we had something to kind of pep us up last night. A little bit.
Yeah, no one was telling us a story.
The game it brought us back.
I thought you were talking about the after party there in the parking lot.
Oh, it was rocking.
Yeah, I was probably snoozing halfway into their first turkey leg over there.
I'll tell you what, that group's got things going down. We're going to have to start.
We're going to have to migrate over that way.
We're on camera for the first time, and Mr. Wright is making the best of it. What are you doing?
This is kind of how he looked when he's driving the golf cart yesterday.
He did.
Doing all the hand signals.
It's like a wax museum figure right there. Like, dude, what are you doing? Hey, buddy. There's Mr. Wright, everybody. So here we are.
I can't even see myself.
What a busy week we had.
And that's the most important thing.
We'll get to the game. And I apologize for my voice.
What game?
I'm not in good season form.
Katie?
Just like normal, I lost it. What game? What game did we watch last night? But we had a busy week. We'll start yesterday. I guess it actually started Wednesday with the preparation for our staff appreciation lunch, our second annual staff appreciation lunch, which was yesterday at the PAC. And we invited central office over, and then all the teachers at the high school. You had something?
I was just wondering, was this the preparation where Dave lost his thumb?
Yeah, we had an injury Wednesday night.
Did anybody find that in the brisket?
Yeah.
No, but they did in the potato salad.
It was brisket you were cutting on it.
Yes, it was.
Trimming the brisket. We had
They thought they had a little piece of gristle.
A little flip.
Wow.
That's the best brisket I ever had.
This flavor's unusual.
How is your thumb, Dave?
How about that chocolate pie?
Yeah. How is your thumb?
Oh, my God. My thumb is just fine.
Yeah? You going to live? You going to keep it?
Looks that way.
All right.
Good to go.
Heal.
Right.
Well, that was the only major injury we suffered in a couple days of prep. So, But got it all done, and we want to say kudos, hats off, a million thanks to a couple people. First of all, Brandon Weber.
What a superstar.
That don't know Brandon.
He's appropriately named with the Weber.
The Weber. You give that man a grill or a smoker or anything, and he can do anything with it. But he's helped us for the last 2 years to get all in the preparation of the pretty much everything.
Organizing,
other than the bread.
Yeah.
he's the man with the menu. He's the man with the tools. He's the man with everything, and we just go up there and do whatever he tells us to do. And 2 years running, it's been fantastic, and food's been great. And thank you, Brandon, for being a part of it. We love it, and appreciate you, and appreciate your wife for letting us invade your house. And,
dirtying up the kitchen.
We did dirty up the kitchen.
The floor.
And the floor. And the backyard. And just about everywhere else. But
the bathroom.
The bathroom.
Hello.
But Brandon did a great job. And, Brandon prepares all the meals for the pit bulls these days. And also tailgates down at the University of Texas. So he's a busy man. And we appreciate him taking time out. Secondly, we changed things up a little bit this year, and we used blue last year, but we did all the preparation off-site. But this year we were able to get in there, and Chef Annie in front of the house, Deanna was just great to work with, and we got
major kudos.
Annie, and this is one of the things we talk about. Alan has great facilities, but that kitchen at Blue, anything you want, we had to keep Nolan from stealing things out of there because he wanted to take them home. He'd say, I want this.
They did have a warmer that wasn't really warming.
When he didn't have his hand on the cutting board when I was cutting brisket and taking all the meat off of it.
Hey, my thumbnail saved my thumb.
Well, hey, and to the administration, there's a couple ovens and stoves on there that need to be replaced. They were supposed to be replaced last year, so see if y'all can't help Annie out there.
Get it fixed.
Not to apply any pressure or anything.
Yeah.
Oh, and Annie, you fill up my senses.
Yeah. Happy birthday, Annie.
For those of you from the 70s, you'll know what that is.
Yeah, little John Denver reference there.
There you go.
Can't go wrong there.
But she did great, and she gave us full access, anything we wanted to in the kitchen, and the students in that program started coming down about 8:30, 9 o'clock.
Yep.
It helped us all day. They did all the serving.
Most importantly, the cleaning.
They did all the cleaning.
Amen.
Whatever they needed to be done, those kids were really great about helping. And you know what? Those kids are really good at it too, watching them chop up stuff. And, this is what we need. And they were quick to do it. And so thank you to everybody at Blue. Deanna had the people on the front of the house, getting everything set up out there to serve. And the kids that served were great. There really wasn't any wait for anybody coming over there, and we just had a great time being able to mix and mingle and meet a whole bunch of new people.
Any of the staff that couldn't make it?
You missed out,
and got a plan for it next year.
It's
Friday game day.
But it was a lot of fun, and we have a lot of fun doing that, and we appreciate everybody coming by and having a meal on us. And thank you to Dr. Johnston for letting us do that there at Blue, and we appreciate him opening up the doors and letting us in there to be knuckleheads at the school. I also want to give a shout out to the Allen American. I keep telling everybody it was a slow news week last week, but they called in the middle of the week and said, "Hey, we want to do an article on you guys. Can we send you some questions and get you an article in this week's paper?" Which we did. And for any of you who don't know much about the Baldwin Eagles, that was kind of a history of how we came about to be and what we do and who we are, and we thank you for putting that out there. And if anybody again needs a slow news day and you want to read something, it's in the Allen American this week. So that started the week off, and then we went over. Dave and I were going over yesterday morning to set up the tents about 7 o'clock.
Some tents.
I pull up to our tailgate spot, and by golly, it's underwater because the sprinklers were on. And what's up with that? Come on, Cheney. We're there early every first game of the year, and the sprinklers are on, and there's a mud puddle there. And, here's
The
what
heat dried it out pretty quick.
Here's what the day's going to be like.
Yeah.
So,
a weather event.
We have to do some landscaping over there too.
We need to do landscaping over there.
Anybody got any extra sod? Bring it out to the tailgate.
Yeah, we're going to throw this out there. We don't know who listens, but
Yeah, a couple potted plants.
if anybody has extra sod, Cheney's in need of some, and we have some places for it, and we'd love to help him out. So, any of you guys on landscape companies or have extra sod on projects, let us know, and we'll use it. We have spots for it.
Bermuda side.
Bermuda, yes, not St. Augustine.
No St. Augustine.
No fescue.
I mean, it's
So yeah, we had weather events going on. So we get done with the lunch, and we get over, and we're sitting there at the tailgate. We got dual tents set up.
Trying to relax.
Yeah,
Passed out.
tired, just looking there, and then all of a sudden, I'll let Alan needs to tell the story because Alan saw it happen. He saw it.
Okay, so I'm the only one facing east. Everybody else is facing west.
That's correct.
And just over the heads of the guys sitting in front of me, like about 10 yards, I see
Into the parking lot.
Towards the facility. I see this dust cloud just descends, touches the parking lot, and then comes right towards us. I mean, it was just a matter of like 3 seconds. And then
The tent ends up in the parking lot.
Well, actually, I was sitting next to Mark, and I sat down and I took off my hat, and I go, "Man, it's hot out here today." And Mark mentions, "Well, at least we have the breeze to keep us a little cool." And it wasn't 10 seconds after that, man, that dirt devil or whatever come blowing through the tent and sandblasted our faces and
Filled your drink cup.
filled my drink cup up with all sorts of sand and dirt. And
You guys had the tent staked
Then
down
the
too,
tents
didn't you?
took off.
Yeah.
And Mark had grabbed hold of his tent by the backside of his hand, and it flipped completely over. And mine didn't get up off the ground because I think I had about 40 stakes in the legs, but it was different.
It's crazy because it went up and it went over and it landed in the parking lot and it shot the stakes further out in the parking lot.
It was over in what, 3 seconds? It was over.
Yeah.
It happened so quick. So those of you that have been in tornadoes, I mean serious tornadoes, I get it now because that wasn't anything.
No, nothing.
They just ripped that thing up, and luckily there were no cars in that parking lot.
Yeah.
we'd have had a
Luckily,
build.
we were
What,
there.
what does that tent weigh? 75 pounds.
It's
It's
heavy
low.
duty.
Yeah, it would have wrecked. It would have tore up a windshield or a hood or anything.
Oh gosh, yes.
Yeah,
Scratched the paint for sure.
But the heavy duty tent made it through
You know what?
intact. Yeah.
I'm glad I paid the extra dollars for the big frame
It was
because
worth it.
otherwise that thing would have been ripped up. But it's crazy. So we were like, and then it was gone. And it was like,
And then we're like,
It never happened.
what
After
just
the
happened
dust
there?
settled.
exactly. So it was a crazy afternoon, all that going on, and you're like, what in the world?
That was obviously a first.
What was the first? And then we get to the game. 7 o'clock kickoff. What do y'all think about 7 o'clock
I
kickoff?
like
it
it.
was
Like it.
it was great.
Y'all like it? Everybody like it?
Yes.
Get home in time and get everything unloaded. And
We're in the fourth quarter and I'm checking something on my phone and it's 9:16.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, this is great.
But that was last night was a very fast-paced game.
It was
It
unusual.
was.
Unusual.
Unusually.
Yeah.
Horns running just kept the clock
Yeah.
going.
Well, and it's interesting because we go to a lot of practices and you know, we watch every aspect of what's going on. And the one thing that we sort of have some angst about, I know you guys that went to practice, you know, because we get text messages back and forth, was the kicking game. And so Alan wins the toss, which is an automatic victory, so we just started to go home, but we stayed.
Just cause.
Just cause. And so we kick off. So I pull up the roster. We need to get names on these guys here. Number 28, who's our kicker?
James Griffith.
James Griffin
I am the roster.
He is the manual roster.
kicks the ball, and the other was a little bit of a breeze last night at the beginning of the game, and it's through the back of the end zone. And Alan looks at me and goes,
Where did
Yeah,
that
I
come
noticed
from?
that too last night. I was like, where
He wasn't even getting it to the 10
and
in practice.
it makes you wonder, okay, is it an adrenaline thing or what? But we'll start with the kicking game all night long. His kickoffs were consistently to the goal line or in the end zone.
Yeah.
Yep.
Both directions.
So
Even
good job.
back into
Yeah,
the
good job.
breeze.
Yeah, so thumbs up to the kicking game
No
last
kidding.
night on that. So it was like an instant surprise.
Did we punt at all?
Once.
Yeah, we punted twice.
Once or twice, yeah.
Yeah.
We punted on our first series.
Got one in the third quarter too, with the second and third team out there.
I don't think anybody, final score 40-0, Allen wins, we know, but I don't think any of us had that in our minds
No.
before the game.
other than the players giving us their prediction,
That could
Yeah.
be, and that's
57-14
Well-
was thrown out there, but you know that's 43-point difference,
It
and it
did-
was a 40-point difference.
Well, it did seem that the team looked a heck of a lot more efficient for a first game of the year
than they have in the past.
than we have seen in the past.
What do you think, Tom?
Tom's got.
I
a
don't
skeleton
We had our own issues. We got waxed last night.
Hang in there, Tom.
Barbara Hill did have a rough night last night. So
But it was nice for our defense and the second string, third string defense to hold and not let them score at all toward the end of the game.
You know
Usually
what?
there's some
I
trash
think we
time.
need to drop, and correct me if I'm wrong, I think we
You're
need
wrong.
to drop calling them
beat
second
you to it.
string and third string rotation, because that's what Allen does at the first of the year. They rotate their players in, and everybody's kind of, getting their chance to, in against a different colored jersey, show what they can do.
yeah,
Because we all know that there's guys that can perform in practice, and then there's gamers. And take Dallas George and we go back to him a lot. He was third on the depth chart first game. Second game, he was starting linebacker because he's a gamer.
Yeah.
And so those kids all get a shot at, right now, earn the first string, maybe.
And
May be different 2 weeks from now.
it may be, but
Yep.
we kick off. Horn gets the ball, and Horn has a quarterback, Jermaine Givens, who's highly recruited.
Touted.
Yeah, he's highly touted. In fact, the Dallas Morning News had him as the first team. Grant is player of the year, preseason player of the year.
He's got a
and-
few stars behind his
and
name.
Givens was the first team quarterback. And so you're like, okay, they got a big offensive line. Big. I'm just saying big. I'm not saying how athletic they are. Just big.
Mm-hmm.
They got a good running back. And so the expectation was they're going to, and Givens is a dual threat quarterback. So you look at it and say, okay, they're going to hit us both ways. and the defense was having no part of it.
Mm-hmm.
No
he had
part.
he had a couple flashes, but all in all, they kept him in check the whole game.
Yeah, with a dual threat quarterback though, you know, he was 4 of 8 passing. You know, and I asked. You sit back and wonder and say, okay, is he just got happy feet and wants to get out of there, or do they really not have anything on the receiving core to help him out? Because for the longest time, when he dropped back to pass, he wasn't even throwing the ball.
Yeah, because you say 4 of 8 passing, but I bet there was 25 pass play calls.
At least.
A lot of his rushes were not designed; they were scrambles.
Well, his rushing, he outrushed anybody he handed the ball off to.
Yeah,
too, didn't he?
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't see their running backs do much of anything.
I think he had 59 yards is what he ended up with, if I remember correctly here. I'll look.
It was either him scrambling a gap up the middle or escaping around the corner when we lost contain.
20 rushes for 59 yards. So anyhow, they have 1 or 2 first downs.
Sucks. 2.5
and then the penalties kick in. And they ended, Horn had 9 penalties last night. And they killed
they
themselves.
did.
Unsportsmanlike conduct. Anyhow, they had
2 for the uniform.
Yeah.
What was up with that?
The new rule
That's
is
the new
You
rule.
got to have your knees covered.
You
Yeah.
have to have your knees covered.
Yeah,
And
that's
And-
what it was.
And the
No
referee
bare
told
midriffs.
No bare midriffs.
And they were doing that, so they had to.
we got a chance to talk to the ref at the end of the game, and he
Yep.
said we talked to the guy before the game, and he came out there anyway. And so we're going to send him off every play.
And he's like throwing up his arms like, what?
What I do? What I
What
do?
Well, pull your pants down, bro. Or go over there
Well,
and
And
switch
that
pants.
Pull your knee pads.
Number 13 was Givens too. So is that the quarterback's brother or
Might have
something?
been.
I guess.
He finally fixed it towards the end of the game. Got a few.
Yeah. But so if they ended up, it was 4th and 30 or something. It was bad. They punt. We get the ball 3 and out. You're like,
Well,
reminiscent of last year. a little bit.
one time it took the referees a little while to determine whether it was 4th and 3 or 4th and 30.
Yeah, a change of quarter got
I
to
mean,
it.
Well,
That
change
one.
of course.
I know.
Screwed things up.
But so they punt. We punt. They don't do anything. We get the ball a second time, and we get a glimpse of one Andrew Henry.
Wow.
39-yard touchdown run. I don't know how many broken tackles
And
there
it
were.
was
At least a half a dozen.
Brock,
impressive.
Brock who?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Baby Brock.
Shame on you.
Dude. Brock, I love you. No,
I love you too.
No, he doesn't. You heard him right there. It's N. Schrader on Twitter. You can find him. No, it was good to see because that was obviously a question mark.
Yeah.
You see him.
Well,
You see what he does in
2,000 yard
practice.
rusher.
It wasn't
Yep.
anything that we expected, that's for sure, because we thought of him as more of a
Slice and
shifty
dice.
type of runner, not one going head first into someone and knocking him down and continuing going
Yeah.
Yeah, so,
like he did last night.
so his 39-yard touchdown run was a thing of beauty, you
Yep.
know. And I watched it on replay last night just a couple times over and over. And it's what's really cool about one of the videos was the crowd noise. Because, he gets to the line pretty quick, and he goes about 10 yards and gets hit and breaks the tackle, and then he gets to about 25 yards and he gets hit again, and he spins out of that, and the crowd, you can just
Erupt.
goes nuts, man. It was awesome to hear, he's like, he's gone.
Now, where did you see this replay?
It's Mike Leslie.
Channel 8.
Channel 8 had it.
They were there.
We'll show it to you here.
Watch,
Okay.
Yeah, and watch on Sunday. You'll have it on the high school.
He
high school
gonna be
game
in
time.
London on Sunday.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it was
Yeah.
really cool to hear that crowd noise pop up like that. So we got a 39-yard touchdown. We're like, and that's the end of the first quarter. You're up 7-0. You're like, okay, defense playing well. Offense seemed to get something going there, and defense just went nuts. And let's talk about the front 7 for a while.
Front
Animals.
12.
Yeah, they were in the
Yeah,
they were in
Front
the
40,
they
whatever
were in
it
the
is
backfield the whole game.
that Canes got rolling in there. And,
Well, as always, Jaden was hungry and just eating them alive.
Jaden Jernigan is a clog in that middle. And he was clogging up everything last night. And against some and again, I know there's a difference between
They were big.
large and good.
Athletic,
and,
yeah.
but
Who was telling the story about Nikori? Was that you, Thad?
that was Thad.
Yeah.
Thad has a,
He's been studying languages.
he has,
Well, in my language study, I think that I have determined that we can safely assume that Nokori is Nigerian, and we think that the definition of Nokori is can't be blocked. Because obviously, you know, they try to name their kids of things, you know, of greatness, and Lord have mercy. That boy,
that young man is something else.
He's so quick and so strong, and you could double team him. It doesn't matter. He's going to split it. He can go around it, hold it up, move to the side, whatever he needs to do. That kid is lights out. So, but good night. You look up and there's 4 different defensive linemen in the game, a couple of different linebackers, and nothing's changed. You know, all night long.
I think it's safe to say that it is by far the best looking first game that we've seen in a long, long time.
So it's a front seven that has. It's been a while since we've seen something like that. Now again, it's one game, but it's like we said, this has been a very unusual. What we saw last night was not standard what we see typically from a first game of the season. You know, there's
and there's a lot of rotation for sure.
Yeah, there's a lot, but there was no. I didn't see any drop off. I didn't see any confusion out there. I saw, you know, some kid, there was a little bit of breaking containment, that kind of thing. But you know, the secondary guys, some of the open field tackling last night was just wow. It's you know, the speed. Oh, and that's the other thing, speed. I have not.
Nolan likes the speed.
I like the speed, and it's not the illegal kind.
That number 87 that made that open field tackle.
That's he's a receiver.
Jakari Peters.
My God.
Yeah, that's JoJo's little brother.
That was a great hit from
nowhere. Ballistic missile.
5'5", 137.
Wow. Jeez, and he just perfect, just open field, just wrapped him and got it. That was awesome.
Yeah, because the punter was headed that way, and then he were close.
Yeah. And front seven, we heard some familiar names too. Levi's brother.
Yeah, Michael Onwuzurike.
Yeah.
You know, Brendan O'Brien on the other side of
Nokori.
Corey played well.
Yeah.
I mean, just all of you. You just go down the list here. You know, Cole Latos had his moments last night.
Yeah.
You know, Seth Mason clogging up the middle with Jernigan. Boy, I'm just having a rough night. They just went on. And Chris McDougal, big, tall, lanky kid that's playing tackle. Cyrus. Cyrus McDougal. You know him, don't you, Alan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Ethan Smith, 90.
Yeah.
I mean, they were all 82.
Yep.
Clark Gura. I think
Yeah.
that's how you say it.
I mean, he was out there. Gosh.
Yeah, there was just no drop off the entire game like you normally would see, where a team can later in the game move on down the field. But our guys are holding.
So kudos to Corey and his defense. Way to go.
Yeah. They played. Again, you go back. You just drop a step back and go to the linebackers. You know, and you had Healy and Nick Boone. I'm trying to think of the third starter.
Luke Jaksic.
Yeah.
And Marcus Thomas.
Yeah. Marcus played a lot last night, did very well. You know, Chris Sawinski played the middle.
And number 21, Lane Lewis, got in there and got nasty.
Yes,
Lane did. I like Lane.
Yep.
And there was a lot going on.
He, on the kickoff, that was right down in front of you guys. When he missed, he would have, that guy's,
he'd have been, his head
obliterated. Yes, he missed him by an eyelash. That's speed once again. You know, this kid started out as a defensive tackle in 9th grade, and he's one of the faster linebackers that we have. So.
Yeah. Well, and kudos. You know, there's a lot of headhunters. You know, on that kickoff coverage team, and they all want to hit. And they just can't wait to do it.
What's his name? Keith Johnson.
Keith Johnson.
Yeah,
43.
I talked to him after the game, and I said, dude, he goes, hey, I may not get the hit, but I'm going to hit somebody.
Givens trying to maneuver in that backfield last night. I mean, any way he turned, he had to turn around and go back the other way because we were coming in on all sides, and it was really great to see. the execution. Man, I thought they had a safety right there at the goal line.
So close.
It
Real
was
close
so
in front
close.
of us.
Then they get a delay.
Y'all had
game.
the angle. I couldn't tell, but from
He
mine,
was out.
It was
he
close,
out.
but it wasn't
Okay.
far.
Then they get a delay of game, and I'm like, "What's next? They're gonna have to turn the
Turn
ball
ball
sideways."
that was a great quote.
That's
You know, I
funny
think Corey Kane's wife must wonder what's going on. As
because
Corey walks around the house and he's probably just giggling all the time. he knows what he's got planned and what he's going to do, and you know he's giggling.
I called Mark earlier because I didn't know if I was going to make it on time. So I told him, I said, "Hey, if I don't get to be there, can you make a reference to like in basketball when you have a lot of shooters? The saying is there's not enough balls to go around, you know, so to speak, for the team, you know." And I told him, I said, "Well, maybe if we get in a situation like this again, that we let the other team snap 2 balls at once, and you know we tackle both guys, and they take an average of what their gains were, because I mean the defense just was everywhere. I mean,
it was lights out, you know, over and over and over again. So they ended up total with 117 yards total offense. So, you know, kudos to that. We haven't talked about the secondary. I mean, it's
No.
and
There's some
again,
coverage sacks going on there too.
There was so much going on behind the line of scrimmage. Those guys didn't get a lot of, you know, they like you said, they only had 8 pass attempts, but there were probably 25 or 30 dropbacks, and then it was just run for the live. We saw Mo Perkins after the game and asked him, "Did you have fun?"
No.
No. I'm like, "Why not?" He goes, "Nothing happened, man. He was bored." So he was back there. But I said,
Then he did his job.
"Yeah, he did his job well. Yeah, because there
Well,
wasn't
the front
anybody
seven
there."
Nobody
did-
to throw
and the
to.
front 7 did their job.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But you're going to end up going against a team who's got to live with that pass, and then he's going to be having to do his job for
Yeah.
sure.
Plano West.
Got to be ready.
But yeah, they only had 4 completions last night.
You're playing pick 'em.
Total pass yard, 23 passing yards. So even when they did catch it, they weren't going very far.
And you know, speaking of the defensive backs, 36 Cornelius Williams.
yep.
William?
Man, he came up and nailed somebody, and that's always a beautiful thing when you've got a corner who isn't blessed with a lot of size that'll come up and lay his helmet right in there and just took somebody out when they ran to the side over there. So I thought that was great.
Yeah, the secondary did support the run a lot. I mean, that was the only action they were going to get.
Well, and they did, like I said, we talked about earlier. They you know, sometimes when the ends got pinched in a little bit, and you know, what's his name?
And they broke
kind
out.
of broke out a little bit. Yes, they were there. Some we talked about earlier. Some fantastic open field tackles.
Yeah, there were no home runs
There was
for touchdowns.
There were no home runs. There was no real long. You know, you sit there and go, "Oh crap!" You know, one of those type plays that you know
Yeah.
they really broke one loose for a
So-
long play.
How about their
Yard.
punter? Was that like day and night there? You know,
It was like a
that first
Jekyll
one
and
was
Hyde.
impressive.
a 10
with
yard
that watermelon roll.
and then a 70-yard punt. I mean,
Dude, and he got that 70-yard under big time
Duress.
pressure.
right?
And it was probably one of the prettiest punts I've ever seen.
Yeah, I mean,
in
great
high
tight
school.
spiral and
Yes.
everything. And then there was one of those punts that went backwards, and it was amazing.
He was all over the
He was.
last night.
That
Tough.
pump, that 10-yarder was almost as bad as Stony Point game.
Yeah, in the wind.
In the wind.
Yeah.
I noticed that on one of the punts, he punted almost into the stands. The kid caught it on the 35 that was on the sideline. All right, so you would think, all right, judging by my
The angle.
limited geometry skills here, that the ball would have been a little bit
Geometrosity.
forward. No, it was marked at the 35. And so I just laughed with the guy in front of me and said, hey, just more room for stats, dude.
Yeah.
That's more room for
Exactly
stats.
what it was.
Hey, let me know when we're going to talk about the offense, because there's some penalties going on there, or not going on.
Penalties not going on.
Not going on. I'm just impressed. I wanted to say I'm impressed with the offensive line. I don't think we had one single false start penalty.
We
We
did.
did have
we
one.
did.
We had
On
one.
the
Yeah.
center.
We did the
On
center.
the center.
Center,
Yeah.
so he like
Yeah.
moved the ball illegally
And I
or
just-
whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That was only, yeah, that was unusual.
I gotta admit, I was waiting
start,
for you
number
know who's
56.
there to be
No, we're not going to say that either.
Nope. The guards and the tackles, good job.
I did.
That's what I started to.
They called offsides on the offense. I don't know if you remember that. He did illegal procedure, but he said offside offense. And I'm like, that's no such penalty. You know what?
Yeah.
But
I missed that one.
yeah. So, but yeah, we only had 6 penalties all night. One of them was unsportsmanlike conduct.
Yeah. A little bit extracurricular
Yeah.
after the play.
So it was a little ticky-tack. Well, it was on the
Well, and they were.
I got a little chippy.
Was it on Devon?
Both sides were a little chippy.
Yeah.
It was on number 7.
Yeah.
I didn't-
yeah.
It was on a fair
Butler.
catch?
Yeah, it was on Butler.
You know,
Yeah.
I didn't see as many pancakes as I thought I'd see, but I did see 2 teaming up on one of their guys. The guy got up and kind of
He
staggered,
didn't like it.
you know, as he was walking back to the huddle.
You know, and I will say Mesquite Horn's defense, the rest of the year, I'm interested to watch.
Number 9.
Number 9's an animal.
Jeez.
And
Yeah.
he hit Grant the one time.
He's going somewhere.
Stood him
Laid
right-
him
yeah,
out.
and later in the game he got. But yeah, their defense to me was very impressive. But again, there comes a point you're just like, they just lean on you.
Yeah,
and they
they're
lean
done.
on you, and they lean on you. And when Tay Brooks and EJ and you know
Ford and
Big
Hogs,
Donovan and-
up front just start leaning on you constantly, you're bound to break down. And so, you know, after Henry scored, it opened things up a little bit. We talked about it when we were sitting up there. It's like, okay, they're starting to run the ball. You know, so what do? They're starting, okay, linebackers are coming up. What do? You start throwing the short passing game.
Yep.
A couple outs to Theo, you know, out to the Green, Bryson Green.
And the big 95 got one.
Yeah.
My boy, Elijah Fisher.
little trickeration.
Love that play. Slide him up in the backfield, slide him out to the side, and
They
what a
had,
great
they had
catch.
no clue what
Yeah.
what happened when that play.
Yeah, I didn't have any clue. I'd never seen that
All of a
before.
sudden, all of a sudden, he's got the ball. He's catching.
Yeah.
And there was no one around him.
over the shoulder catch.
Yeah, I will say, besides Theo, that kid might have the best hands on the team.
He catches
Theo's
everything.
got good
There you
hands.
go.
I saw
Well,
Theo drop one last
Yeah,
night.
he did.
Hey,
It's a
but
concentration
we do
issue
have a
right
backup
there.
quarterback that's a receiver also, and he made some
Oh
good
my
plays
gosh, he
in
did.
the receiving slot.
Yeah,
I can say that
Raylan
about Theo
Sharp.
because we love Theo. Theo knows we're just messing with him because he's 99.9% perfect. So
Well, but then, like you said, Mark, he said,
He
that was
did.
me.
He
That
knew
was
that
me.
was him.
I did.
But it turned in, you know, Theo on a jump ball. You know, Grant,
Yeah.
Grant put it where it needed to be. Theo, what he
He
did?
went up.
Went up, got great picture on the cover of the morning
Top
news this
receivers
morning.
go vertical.
And I thought it was wonderful because as the ball went up in the air in the end zone, number 6, the DB was looking up at us because he had no idea
were
where
waving.
he had no idea where the ball was.
Well, even posed.
Yeah, he was looking up, and Theo pulls it down. It's 14-0, and then it just went, you know, downhill from there. And it was good to see, you know, Henry gets the ball again after we get it back. 21-yard touchdown run. You know, he picks his hole and boom, gone. And so Mr. Henry in the first half had 3 carries for 72 yards. It's like, take notice. That's pretty impressive.
Yep.
And the team is, you know, I texted Matt Welch at halftime, and I said, what are the stats? And he, you know, it was 226 yards to 71
Yeah.
at the half. And I said, well, that's pretty impressive. You know, you look back and you say, we got 220 yards of offense. It's 26-0.
We ended up with four something total.
It was up
yeah,
in
we
the
had
high. It was almost 500.
426 yards total offense.
Oh, was that
Well, I
all?
got to tell you, the other nice thing to see was Selden Manning out there
Nice to be back on the field.
Yep.
hitting it, doing it.
He didn't get that many tries, but he got
No.
6 carries, and he, you know, averaged over 4 yards a carry. That'll get you a first down every time.
Yes, it will.
And
It's just nice to see.
yeah, he made some good blocks. Grant got the edge on one. He cut that kid down, and I think Grant scored on that play. Or did he score a
He
touchdown?
didn't score.
He
no.
didn't.
Well, he got down.
Yeah.
He got some yardage.
He got down to like the
Within
10.
Grant had 7 carries for 82 last night, so he runs well.
That's a
when
good
he
stat
runs.
night.
He's good. I love the fact, and we talked about this a little bit last year, how it didn't seem like once Schleicher got hurt and wasn't playing that Grant wasn't going anywhere but to Theo. And you know, last night he got a bunch of people involved. He threw the down on the goal line. He threw the pass to Green.
Yep.
Bryson Bryson did his.
Let's talk
He
about
fought for
that
it.
play.
Yeah.
You gotta. Okay.
Let's do it.
You got a sophomore who catches the ball and gets hit at the 5 and drags and pulls and stretches and gets a touchdown. And what great effort, because so many sophomores, when they get hit, they just go down.
Yep.
So that's, man, we got
Pretty
almost
close.
3 years of that to come.
Yeah, he's going to be impressed. He's a great player now, and his brother, when he gets back from his injury, his twin brother, that's going to be
Impressive duo.
Yeah.
Tour de force, yeah.
We got to speak to their parents for a pretty good time yesterday.
Yeah.
And what great parents they are. And
I think his mom needs to listen to his father a little bit more.
Wow. And she, I know she's listening, so you know what we're talking about there. Papa was right on that one. Let me say that. But no, I told her at 7-on-7, Bryson just plays angry. He's so physical, and he's gonna get the ball and he's gonna make you know he's there, and he did. He took the what he got. Like I say, got hit at the 5 or 4, and he said, "I'm scored." It's a touchdown.
Yeah, it was awesome to see.
So it's 26-0.5, and I'm like, turned over to Alan James. I said, we could do a podcast right now. I said, there's plenty of material.
There's so
in
much
this.
material.
Yeah. And so let's, the band comes out. We're at halftime, and by golly, we changed things up.
I saw some spelling.
There was some spelling. They learned
spelled the letter A. That was so cool.
Wasn't that cool?
Oh, that was really cool.
I had
You
heard
could
that
see
was
it
happening.
forming, and I was like, "Oh no, this is not true." It is true. It is.
Yeah. So
From up top, you can see it really, really good.
I really liked the
Not from where
video.
I was sitting.
yeah.
It looks
The video thing.
Oh, the
is really
intro
cool.
video for the band?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
cool.
The lighting and all that stuff in that video.
Yeah,
very,
that
very
was
cool.
really nice.
So good job to Dr. Abato and his crew. And I talked to him yesterday too. And we had asked him to do a podcast, and he said, "Yeah, I'm all in. And the schedule hadn't worked out. We talked to him yesterday. He is going to do one with us. He's going to give us a date. So he's going to come and talk about the new.
So all you band
So
parents-
halfway through the podcast, are 3 of us going to leave?
We might.
Oh,
I don't know.
I'll volunteer.
That'd be really fun.
I like that.
Oh, that's awesome. But, good for the band, the new uniforms, whether you like them or not, they're new uniforms, and they go from there. They got the new, yesterday, the big trailer came in. If you
Saw the
haven't-
picture.
Eagle
Saw the
One.
picture of that.
That's pretty dang
It's
awesome.
pretty
I
cool.
have to say.
we got our new footballs on our scoreboard too.
We did get new football.
Just in time.
Yeah. So lots of new things happened. But the band, good performance last night. They were involved in the game.
You know what?
What?
I can still barely see that A in the end zone.
Oh, speaking
Oh
of the
my
A in the
gosh.
end zone, y'all may not know the story because I don't think we ever said it. Last year, Alan, we always sit up there and tailgate, and Jeff Chaney, who's the stadium manager, comes by, and Alan goes up to him and says, "Dude, we'll paint that A in the end zone for you if you want it done." 'cause it
It's
needed to
looking
be painted."
shabby.
And he called that day while we were sitting there and put in a PO to get that thing painted. So when he pulls up yesterday, first thing out of his mouth is, "I got some bad news." I'm like, "What?" "That A didn't get painted." I was like, "Dude." He goes, "But it's happening this week. So look for this week. The A in the end zone should be painted and it won't look faded and everything." But he
Yeah.
said it was getting done this week.
Yeah, they called the people in Paris, at the Louvre,
The Louvre?
people from the Louvre,
What is
the,
one-
the,
the one-
the restorers.
It's a Parisian saying.
stretching from the
What are you doing?
from the Louvre Museum are coming to restore that A in the end zone.
There you go.
He is feeling good about
I'm
himself.
starting to get the feeling this little camera thing is not going to be working out for us too well.
I don't know. We'll have a new guest.
Oh, we're gonna have a
We're gonna go
Dust
for
off my
rotating
SAG
guest.
card.
Yeah, this is boring. Tom doesn't say anything.
We're going to go from
He's
an
not
average
adding value, come on.
listening crowd of about 60 to about a viewing crowd of about 3.
I don't know. It may be high entertainment. Who knows? But second half starts, same story as first. I mean, it looked just like the first half. Offense played well. Defense played great. And, Theo gets about a 25, 26-yard touchdown pass, which, that is a blown coverage because he wasn't 5 yards off the line. And
Yeah.
I'm screaming at Allen, "Theo's wide open!" That's like Grant's. And
he
Grant
was
turned to the right
wide open.
Yeah.
before he came back to the left, and I think it was designed that way after I watched it a couple times.
Yep.
But I was like, "Oh, he's not going to see him because he's looking to his left," and I was like, "Oh, there."
But he turned around.
He wasn't
Boom,
actually
right there.
looking at the receiver he's throwing to.
Yeah, he looked him off. The safety went over to the left.
It wasn't even
That was
close.
awesome.
Theo's wide open. So
I credit Kevin Murray on that one.
what are you doing?
Another escaper.
So Theo scores, and then we saw a lot of Raylan Sharp last night, which I thought was
He was
really
all
cool.
over the place.
You know, we had seen him at 7-on-7, throws a great ball, and as quick as I'll get out. Holy cow.
He's slick. And he gets the ball.
And the read option went in play second half, and I thought he executed it very well. He's not real big, but he's quick and he's
That's
fast.
an understatement.
Man,
Yeah, he got.
that's the thing is when he
disappeared in
when he gets hit,
He's only 4'11",
What-
98 pounds.
If the
got the
program
rock,
says 5'8", then he's 5'5".
He just
he's
disappeared
like,
in some of those crowds.
he weighs
they
about
got him at
130
5'8",
pounds, and when he
5'8",
gets hit, he goes
142.
Is that
flying.
what they got him at?
Yeah.
5'8". Yeah,
That
dude.
must be soaking wet.
142. Boy, those were the days, weren't
That's
they?
where he's got the lift cleats on.
But
I think I was
That was
6
like-
weeks old.
Yeah.
Like 5 decades ago.
tell you what, guy's got game, and he can play, and he can throw, and I think he's got good command of that offense, and that's good to know in your backup quarterback.
Yep.
You never know when he's going to have to be called on.
That's right, and so it's good to know that he's there.
It was good that they got him in early
Yeah,
and played.
he got a lot of playing time. And like you say, he did play
That's
some
the
slot
plan.
receiver
You
last
know,
night, and
that's the plan.
He's involved, and I like that. They're keeping him involved.
tell you what, you get that kid the ball and open. I kept telling Al last night, he's going to bust one. He's going to bust one. He will before the season's over.
Yeah, he will.
He'll
He'll
have
be
a long
gone.
run.
He almost did last
Yeah,
night.
he did.
Yeah. We don't talk about injuries much, but Henry went down in the second half on a no contact play, and you hate to see that. And our sources tell us he's going to see the doctor today, and we'll.
Thoughts and prayers are with you, son.
Hopefully, good news comes out of
Yeah,
that.
you're right, James.
Yep.
It's
Yep.
tough. You know, he moved in this year from Episcopal, and it was senior year, and we hope everything works out well for him. You hate seeing anybody get hurt, and hopefully that injury will not be season-ending, and we'll see how it goes. But,
And seeing what he did before that, he's just got so much potential and such a great athlete.
yeah, and that was on a pass too. He caught the
Yeah.
pass out.
Yeah.
It's just running down the field, and it reminded me of Dalvin Cook last year with the Vikings. You know, just running through the hole and just crumbles. You know.
Yeah.
So hopefully everything will be okay with him today. And anybody else who got dinged up last night, I think we made it through pretty clear.
Pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah,
couple
we had.
of
I guess I don't know
45.
what happened on the play with where one of theirs and one of ours go down.
Yeah.
But
Little helmet
66 for
rattling.
us. He just takes he pops a squat there on about the 35-40 yard line, takes his helmet off, and
Old Caleb Basinger. Yeah.
I saw him talking to him on the sideline, and the one of the doctors it was kind of giggling. I had it through the binoculars as he was talking to him. So
Hopefully Caleb's okay.
yeah,
It was.
I don't know if it ended up being like a knee to the head or something, but
Pops the squat.
yeah, he did. He just
It's a
went.
Georgia term.
Flop.
Cop a squat.
And so
That
that
one
was
too.
That was that. Down it goes, and you know, you look up and the game's over, and it's 40-0. I really didn't expect the shutout. Even
Yeah.
usually, you know, you get a late.
There's usually some trash time, yeah.
That defense played lights out the whole game, so
Yeah.
good for them. Good win. Good way to start the season. I don't think it. Anybody can look at that game and go. Now the coaches will, because there's things that didn't go the way they should. There's always room for improvement, but from a fan perspective, it's highly
Couldn't have asked-
entertaining
you
on
couldn't have asked for
against a
anything
pretty good
better.
team, and that's the thing. It wasn't like we're playing.
It's not like the team we're playing next week.
Oh my goodness!
Who are we playing next week?
East.
A non-UIL opponent.
Salt Lake City East.
Yeah,
East Salt Lake.
What
Are they the Wampus Cats or
No,
what?
it's Conway.
They're the Leopards, aren't they?
Yeah.
The Lepers?
Yeah,
Leopards.
Oh, Leopards.
East High School from Salt Lake City is going to come in. I think they're 2-1. They won their first game pretty impressively. They got waxed by Bingham, which
Yeah,
is not
state
everybody
champions,
gets
yeah.
backed by Wingham.
Wingham.
They
Wingham.
won
Big 'em,
last
Wingham.
night, 16-3 or
16-3. They won last night. So they
So,
run
James.
the triple option.
If they were the Lepers, would they leave it all on the field?
Yeah, so why did they have to discontinue the
Boy,
leper?
I got no skin in this game.
Why did they have to discontinue the leper hockey game? Oh, there was a face-off in the corner. All right,
This
let's
will
go.
be the last video podcast that we do.
For all you lepers, we really apologize.
That's
That was
right.
not good.
Oh my God.
So they come in town. I think expectations, at least from our point
We'll
of view,
show them a nice welcome.
Be
We'll
pretty
show
much
them a
the
nice
same.
time.
They run the triple option, what
They
we
do.
understand.
That's
They're going
gonna
to be handing
interesting.
off to our linemen because they're going to be in the backfield.
Yeah. So they.
So
yeah,
Jay can get
Jernigan's
ready for the
outside.
handoff.
I wonder what the fourth option's going to be.
Yeah.
Start the buses early.
So they get to come in. So that, be interesting to see what that. It was interesting. Third game of the year is at Coppell, one of our 2 away games. And congrats to Coppell.
That's going to be an
Yeah.
exciting
57-yard
game-winning field goal
as
time expired.
time expired.
Sexy.
They've always got a kicker.
Yeah, they
Mr. I think his name is Davis.
did. Yeah, Caleb. I think it's Caleb Davis.
Caleb Davis.
Going to A&M. Way to go, Jimbo. Got yourself a kicker. So if you're still there,
Must have been that
Mark,
recruiting
are
trip.
you more of an A&M fan
No,
now that Jimbo's
I
there?
was never a Jimbo guy.
Okay.
It's,
All right.
it's hard to follow Bobby Bowden and be liked a whole lot.
Okay.
Jimbo. I don't know. Something about him just seems slimy. That's just
Potential NCAA fractions before first game.
And
Hello.
I even said it was at Florida State. He's
Did we
something
talk
about him?
What,
Did we talk
Free
about the
Shoe
rest of our
University?
district at all?
No,
About-
but we're going to.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I got it on the list here.
All
too.
right.
One game down. Everybody's had all this time to look at everybody in the district, and we didn't do this. We want to go around the table, and I want everybody to tell me your 4 playoff teams from this district.
Here we go.
Let's back up. 3, because everybody's going to say Allen's going to make it. So what 3 teams?
Oh,
do you-
crud, then I can't be right.
You're right. You're Allen right.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
You're always
I'm
right.
always right. I
How
tell
can
my
you be
wife
so
that all
wrong?
the time.
You're so
Before we
right.
get into that, can we give a little shout out to the folks at the Tom Landry?
Yes.
Oh,
Because
yes.
Oh, my
that
God.
was great what
Chris
they did with
Cumnott.
their with the
Chris
student
Cumnott.
section.
Yeah, he is our new hero.
Thank you,
You are
Chris.
great because you are not from Plano. That's basically what I got out
Oh,
of that.
man, the commissioner,
greatest
you
line
should see the
ever in
look
that
on her
sentence.
face. She went,
Yeah. I turned to Sharon. I said, Jackie just died.
How do you think the Plano coaches that were there
Yes.
the game?
Yes.
oh, really? That's true.
We did see the Plano coaches show up.
Oh, and
yeah.
everybody sitting around us knew exactly, that Jackie was from Plano and pushing on her. She's, that's just wrong.
That was pretty right.
You know,
What are they saying?
I appreciate what they did given the student section, but all I could say is, hey, come to some later games, and then you might rethink that decision.
Well, and Tom
this-
Kimbrough is up in the
Come to
press
some
box saying, "Well,
basketball.
Plano's
Yeah,
never
well,
going to
they're
the
under
Tom
pressure
Landry
now.
Classic."
They have to perform.
Yeah, they only
after
let
that.
good teams
I mean,
in.
they need to come strong.
And
Hey,
Terry and
they
whomever
were out.
can
They were
use
impressive
this
last night.
possibly as
Yeah,
something to
they can.
motivate the kids to come out. And,
Because you're right. There
New
is
senior
there is an
class.
expectation that says, because there were a lot of kids there last night.
was.
I mean,
They looked good.
That's fuller than I've
I mean,
ever
they were
seen
all
it.
white outed and
White outed.
I know I got home and
Light it up.
I asked my daughter if she had fun in the student section. She goes, "Dad, they stand up the whole game."
Yes,
Like,
they
so
do.
They
so
stand-
would I.
They
but-
stand up like this the whole game.
yeah.
But kudos to the student section for getting that award. I didn't know it was coming.
You got to keep it up all year, though.
that was cool.
That was
Yeah, I mean,
great.
That's the thing.
No pressure.
You raised the bar.
Let's see
last
what
night.
let's see what game.
Yeah, and you
5
don't. We'll
looks
be
like.
calling it out every podcast.
We did last year.
We'll get on you students because we can do that.
Not that any of them.
Best line
Yeah,
ever.
they don't.
They'll be told.
But yeah,
We'll
that
Snapchat it. We'll
that
show
was a
them.
great line.
Yeah.
Kudos to Chris for throwing. I wonder where Chris went to high school because that was awesome. It was just
Obviously
Highland Park.
not Plano.
I'm guessing Highland Park.
yeah, I may have been. So yeah, kudos to him. So all right, district playoff teams. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
James.
So I think Jesuit is going to be number 2.
All right.
As much as people talk about Prosper, I think Prosper is going to be trying to struggle for that last spot, and I don't think they're going to make it.
All right.
I think Plano East is going to be number 3,
Whoa.
and I don't know.
You gotta have a 4.
I know.
South Lake.
No, not so. LD Bell maybe. No. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and say Plano is going to make the 4th spot. Plano is going to beat Prosper, even though they struggled against Hebron and they lost by a little bit. Hebron's quarterback was out, so J. Don is going to pull it together. A miracle is going to come down from on high, and Plano's going to make the 4th spot.
That's my prediction. All right.
Bold prediction.
Oh, he's got that planned out.
Who else?
Jesuit,
Vance is Jesuit.
Prosper,
All right.
East.
Ooh, in that order?
Does it matter?
I'm the
Sure.
same. I'm the
At
same
this
way,
point,
but I
no.
say East,
As long as we're
Jesuit,
number one.
and Prosper.
I don't have. It doesn't
I want
matter.
this to be the year no Plano school makes the playoffs.
Well, you just put East in there.
No, that's true. Well,
No,
Hey,
they're on the east side. They don't really belong.
yeah, I'll take that
Well,
back. I'll
there
take
goes
that back and put
idea.
South Lake in there.
South.
Okay, I'm going with East, second place.
Ooh.
Then I'm going with Jesuit, third.
Yep.
Copycat.
Marcus Shavers.
McKinney's.
McKinney's. Gonna be the
What?
fourth one.
There's a dark horse.
No pressure,
for you.
Marcus.
Just wait.
There's
Just
a dark
wait, y'all.
horse.
I
Beat
love
by
that
that
Marcus. Is,
518.
I love that Marcus
They
is
got
there as a
beat
head
by that
coach. but
518.
No one?
Just wait.
You know, I got to go. I think Plano East is going to be number 2. It's going to be second.
Number 2.
I mean, I think,
They are a big number
I
two.
honestly think.
Deuces.
God Almighty.
Papa Squat.
I think Plano
All right.
can get in there, and then
They do have the running back.
you know,
Yeah, Kyron Cumby.
I got a toss up between Jesuit and Prosper. I just
You know, he
don't
might-
know If I had to, you know, I think Jesuit probably has a little more offensive firepower for them, so I'll go with Jesuit.
All right. Yeah, Jesuit does have E.J. Smith, who is Emmett Smith's son, in the backfield.
There you go.
Does he want
Oh, yeah, we got it
to
open.
come up north? Because I think we have an
Whoa,
opening.
whoa! We just said we gotta find out what to do.
All right. This is, I have no idea on the order. You know, Jesuit to me, their problem has always been they can't play defense.
Or don't want to.
The good thing about this district
Well,
is
that
you really
they
don't
don't
have
recruit
to. That's how to play an Allen. Nobody else can score prolifically.
Prolifically.
So
Whoa.
I'm actually going to put Prosper second, and then I think Jesuit, and the winner of Plano East will be that fourth playoff team.
And you got
And I don't.
That's bold.
You know, I'm going to go with Plano East because
East.
little
East.
Napoleon. I just can't ever root for him. So anyhow, there
Who are
you
we
have
talking
it.
about? Jadon?
Jadon.
Yeah,
Well, Jadon and Joey, they're both kind of
Got
like.
that plastic hair, you know.
yeah.
Oh, he's got great hair.
Mannequin
He's
hair.
got great hair.
Mannequin
I don't
hair.
think any of us should talk about.
I just
people
want
with hair.
I just want volume.
He's
I don't
got-
care what it
he's
looks
got-
Jealous.
He's got the Davy hair from Davy and Goliath.
All right.
Well, guys, a good first week. I know we're all tired. We had a couple busy days, and you know, Alan's got to travel, and the rest of us got things to do, and taking naps. And
Yes.
Kai.
Kai
Nap,
Kai
nap.
was,
Got
yeah.
Kyler an hour and 40, 50
We got a
minutes.
bunch of Allen
15.
alums playing. You know, Kyler and Bobby and Lee Morris will all play today. Lee Morris is actually the second string receiver, so he'll probably see the field quite a
When
bit.
is Texas Tech and Ole Miss down in Houston? That's
It's at
That's
2
it.
o'clock.
2 o'clock.
No,
It's at
11
11.
o'clock. 11
It's
o'clock
11.
too.
Okay.
Wow, there's a lot of 11 o'clock
A
games
lot of 11
today.
o'clock games.
It's going to be a DVR day.
Washington and Auburn. Get to see Levi, who
Ooh, one's
He's
Ricky.
starting now, isn't he?
he is starting. He'll be on the interior. He moved
Good.
inside. So.
Did he really? How big is he now?
282.
280.
6'4", 6'5", 282.
I believe
Oh
the
my
6'5"
gosh.
number.
Yeah. So,
And 282 maybe, I don't know. He's
we'll
I'm
see.
sure he looks
He's a
real
beast.
dumpy like us.
Oh yeah.
So anyhow, anybody got anything else? No.
It's going to be fun.
Any stories,
Next
Alan?
week is going to be fun. This whole season is going to be fun.
It's not an emotional
Thank you,
week.
team.
That was insightful.
Thank you, coaches.
No eyeball.
Thank you,
popping
Nolan.
out Stories.
We're glad football season's back.
Yeah.
It came
Thank
quickly.
you.
It came very quickly.
So it's back. We're having a lot of fun.
We were jonesing.
Big
Steven.
time, Jones.
Busy
Steven.
week. But anyhow, thanks guys. And so nobody's got anything else?
By the way, next week we play non-UIL opponents.
Yeah, I saw that a lot on those scoreboards last night. That's what they call it.
Whatever.
Till next week, it's over. And we're out.